Well, I'm going to say hello nighttime. It is 6:38 here, guys. I just now got home from my doctor's. First question I'm going to say is, do you know what medically necessary means? Do you? Does certain doctors know what medically necessary means? Do they? My answer for the doctors, do they know what medically necessary means? I'm going to say no. Because if they did, they know if they didn't get it, they'd wind up in the hospital. That's what would happen if they did not give a patient their medically necessary medication. Let me switch around and sit because I am hurting and I've been gone all day. Alright, guys. Sorry. I turned the PC around, but I needed to scream, to be honest with you. Let me say this. You're going to excuse me because I'm angry. I've been gone since 11:45 this morning. And my appointment was at 2:30. Now listen, I can't drive, unless I'm medicated up, and I'm out of my medication, so I couldn't drive. I'm not against the driver, the transportation that picked me up. It was his first time being out here to this new route, and I really, excuse me guys, so I can't be upset with him, but he got here at 11:45. No, he got here at 11:30. My appointment is at 2:30. I was to be ready by 1:30 to be picked up by my insurance transportation. But he got here at 11:30. We left at 11:45 because he asked could he smoke a cigarette outside because he can't in the transportation vehicle, which I told him by all means, that's fine. You got here early. It gives me time to put my dogs in the in the backyard or at the back porch, give them food, give them water, and hey, let me change because I just now got in I was in what you saw me in last night's video or this morning's 4 o'clock, whatever. I'll start off with that first. I posted this morning that I've been up since 1. I have not went to bed. I have been up since 1 o'clock this morning. And I have not went to sleep yet. So I just chilled after I got off the vlog, and I just chilled and watched American Horror Story, not the new one. All the old ones, 1 through 6, not 7. And just chilled and watched those. I'm chilling on the couch. I didn't even know he showed up until I heard the beeping of the vehicle backing up. So I'm like, okay, you're here a lot early. 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2 hours early. Excuse me. And I okayed him to step out and smoke a cigarette. Gave me time because I had to get out of this morning's clothes I vlogged in and get into clothes to go in. I had to get my medicines put in their medical bag so they could be seen. I had to hunt down my purse, hunt down my shoes, socks, and get dressed. So I just now changed. I walked in this house less than 10 minutes ago, and I literally slung my clothes off. They're all slung in the bathroom, and I just threw clothes on. So, I didn't mind that he got here early. Sometimes I've been there earlier before, 1 to 2 hours early. And my doctor, Miss Garland, would, slide me in early if, since all it was a pee test and fill all my medications, my whole bag of medications, which this is a smaller bag. I usually have that big diaper bag one. Well, I go in, we left here, got out on my road, by 12 o'clock, we got on the interstate. got down there at 12:50. 1:50. Almost an hour and a half early. Okay? I'm going to say an hour and a half. So I'm like, well, let me see if she'll let me in and slide me in, since I've already took my, all I got to do is pee and refills. Now, unbeknownst to me, because my stupidity, I'm so used to my doctor. I love her. I know where she is now. She always, when I go and do my drug test to get my pain pills and all that, she automatically checks all the other medications I have that's not P-test worthy, and goes ahead and makes sure I've got 3 to 5 refills, so we never have to worry about it. Okay? So I never look on my bottles to see if they need refills, because she always made sure I had at least 3 to 5 months refills. Okay. So I go to the pharmacy first. I know I'm a little early. It's downstairs, so I go there. And I'm like, listen, I need to go ahead and do my refills on my medicines. I'm fixing to take my P-test to get my, the ones that you got to have a P-test for. 3 of them, mind you. And then I'll come back down and I'll pick up those 3 that I have to pee for, and I'll pick up the other 7 when I come back down. So she looks and she's like, well, honey, we've only got 3 of your prescriptions that have refills. 3. Your other 4 have no refills, so you need to go ahead and have whoever doctor you're seeing, which they know it's Miss Garland, which they know that she quit. So whatever doctor you're seeing, you need to have them put refills, at least a month refill on the other 4. And actually it's 5, because I only had 1 refill left on 1 medicine. So it's actually 5. Until you get set with a new doctor here. I said, well, my new doctor is going to be Miss Sussman, and I'm seeing Dr. Quarles. Beep. I'm just going to beep the word today. The pharmacist lady knew who I was talking about. And says, well, let me know if you have issues. I didn't think nothing about it, and I should have, because I have vlogged before about this woman and my medications. So then I presume to go upstairs. I'm like, and I see her, Miss Quarles. I'm like, listen, my transportation got me here 2 hours early. All I got to do is pee, and then you send it downstairs and at least give me 1 month prescription of all the other 5 medications that I need till I set up a doctor. She says, well, I'll let you come back and pee for the 3 that you have to pee for, but I'm not going to slide you in. I'm booked, double booked, and I'm quoting this, so you will not be able to be seen till 2:30. So I'm like, okay, so I go back, I pee, and then I'm like, well, I guess I'll see you in 2 hours. I go back downstairs, and I go to the transportation, and I'm like, hey, they're not going to see me early. I'm stuck here for 2 hours. So I sit outside with the transportation in the vehicle for 2 hours. I go in finally at 2:15. I've got a migraine. I go in at 2:15. I do not get called back to be seen till 4 o'clock. Not just me. There was 5 other patients waiting that hadn't been seen. At a 2 o'clock appointment, my 2:30 had a 3 o'clock, 3:15, and a 4:30. And walk-ins were coming in and being seen by her. Walk-ins. But the appointments, so I had been sitting there from 2 to 3, 3 to 4. No, 4, yeah, I got seen right at 4. So I sat in the office for 2 hours to wait to be seen. But all these walk-ins could go in and see her. So me and all these other patients were getting mad. Why are these walk-ins coming in? The walk-in station is downstairs, not upstairs. These are the normal doctor floors. So I get seen finally at 4 o'clock. I wait another 30 minutes in my the room they put me in, and didn't finally get seen till 4:30. And then when I presumed to get in there, I'm like, listen, I know I'm here for the 3 I got to pee for, but my pharmacist downstairs says I need to have refills, at least 1 month refill on 5 of them, until I figure out what doctor I want to see. Now, this includes keeping me out of the hospital because of my intestinal spasms. That stops me from being able to eat solids. So she said, well, your doctor quit. I'm like, I know my doctor quit. I know she quit. I did not know I didn't have refills before she quit. That's usually her job. Well, I'm only here to prescribe you what you pee for. The pee test drugs. I can't give you any of the other ones, and I can't prescribe them or give you a refill. I said, I don't understand. Miss Garland, I'd come in here with Miss Garland, and I'd take my pee test. She'd refill, send my refill, because they're only a once-a-month refill for those. And while she was at it, she would check how my health was doing, how my protocol was working, and would make sure all the other 7 medications that weren't pee tests had plenty of refills. I said, I don't understand why I am not getting to get my medicines, even for a month's supply, when it's not my fault she quit. It's not my fault. She did her job, and I never had to worry about it. Well, you should have seen your prescription refills before the last time you saw her and made sure she ended up adding more to it. So I walked out of there. I still didn't get my pain pills. Even though I passed the drug test, I still can't get my pain pills until next week. I did not get my intestinal spasm medicine that helps me be able to eat solid foods. I did not get my neurotonin for my neuropathy. I did not get my Zoloft. But I got to get my diclofenac. That's my bone pill. Only reason why I got that, she only gave me 1 month prescription of it, because I made her do it. I said, listen, I can't walk without this medicine. I said, besides that, if you look beside every single medicine I'm prescribed, it says medically necessary. Medically. By Jane Pushpinder, the owner. The head honcho is medically prescribed. I have to have it. Otherwise, I wind up in the hospital. Well, then you'll have to get scheduled with a permanent doctor since Miss Garland quit, and they will prescribe them. I said, I've got a PVP in 2 weeks with Miss Sussman. So you're telling me I got to wait 2 weeks before I can get my other 5 prescriptions, and I'm going to have to suffer because you refuse to do the whole thing at one time, like Miss Garland and Miss Sussman or Dr. J. Peth Harding would do. Well, that's not how I work. So I've got to go 2 weeks without my intestinal spasm medicine. Or I'm just not going to go out and say all my names, but 5 medications that will wind me up in the ER. And the intestinal spasm one is definitely one of the number ones. Or my pain pills. I didn't get to get. So I walked out with 5 medications missing that I know before the next week even gets here, I'm going to be probably in an ER. So I go back down to the pharmacist, and let her know. She's like, why are you not getting these other 5? I said, Miss Quarles refuses to give them to me since she wasn't the ones that prescribes them. She's like, no, these are medically necessary. I said, I know this. You know this. Miss Garland knows this. Miss Sussman knows this. But this woman refuses, since she did not prescribe them to me, that she feels she don't have to. So I have to suffer. So she ended up sending an emergency note into the insurance company stating, because the doctor wouldn't, my doctor quit, that it is medically necessary, you need to approve these without a medical doctor sending the prescription to the pharmacy. I will find out in 2 days on that. And hopefully I can get the 5 prescriptions that'll keep me out of the hospital Sunday. So then I turned around and I went up to the main office and I scheduled another doctor's appointment. Even though I've got a PVP on the 1st of December, I made sure I got an appointment next week to see Miss Sussman, so I don't have to go through this BS. I have never been so ticked off in my life. And while I'm down there waiting at the pharmacy, 2 other patients that had waited 2 hours with me came down with the same results. They were Miss Garland's patients too. And she refused to give them their medications because it wasn't her who prescribed them. And one woman is a diabetic and has to have her insulin and has to have certain medications to keep her from winding up in the hospital, and she refused to give them to her. And hers are medically necessary. So if I wind up in the hospital before I get them, my question is, can I sue her butt because she refused to give them to me because my doctor quit and went to another county? And I got home 10 minutes till 7. I am angry. I am pissed. I have never seen a doctor have so much don't give a damn attitude if you wind up in the hospital because I didn't prescribe it attitude. I've not ate all day. I've not took a single dose of medicine all day. All day. I'm just now sitting here and fixing to have a cup of coffee that, thank God, I had brewed before I left. And I'm going to try and eat something and pray to God it doesn't kill my stomach because I'm home alone. I've never been so outraged in my life. To be continued.